To a brand new video. In today's video, we are going to be buying the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, as you guys saw by the title of the video. Whew, I'm excited. So, garage update real quick. I bought two cars since the last time I saw you guys. We bought the Mazda RX-7 2002. We upgraded it. This car sounds really good. Let me just start it up for you guys real quick. Listen to this. Sounds really good. So this is my drift car. And then we also bought the Subaru BRZ Premium. This is also another drift build of mine. It's really cool. Let me go ahead and show you guys. This car is a beast. Don't worry, I will be doing a video on these cars as well. We'll be doing some drift events. But besides that, yeah, I haven't bought any other cars, but today, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're gonna be we're gonna be buying the Porsche 911 GT3 RS and upgrading it, and do a couple races, see what we can do. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of Porsches. I never really have. I haven't been a big fan of Mercedes either. But the Porsche RSR was so good in this game, I figured we just had to try, you know, this other car. And I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I've heard people say that it's a really good car, so I figured why not try it out. And honestly, I couldn't decide between the GT3 or the GT2. And I watched people's videos to kind of compare. I couldn't find one. But it seems like most people go with the GT3, the 2019 edition. Which is the one we're going to be buying today, I think. I don't know. I really couldn't remember. Whatever the title says, that's the one we're going to be buying. But, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Porsches. I don't expect too much out of this car. But I've heard a lot of people say this is one of the best, not the best, but one of the best cars that you can get for the track. So this is the one we're going to be buying right here. Yeah, it's a GT3 RS. This is what we're going to be buying today. Like I said, I couldn't decide between this one or this one. Now stock, this car is better, but I've heard that the GT3, this one right here, actually has more room for improvement if you upgrade the engine, and it has a lot more customization to it. This one is actually a 5 rating, the other one's a 2 rating, and I think honestly this one looks cooler. So we're gonna be buying this one, $172,000. You know, at this point, it's not really a problem. How much money do we have? Don't we have like 86 grand or something? 86 grand, 86 mil. How much do we have? We have $81 million. Dang. So yeah, I'm not really worried about money at all. We have a lot of money. Honestly, right off the bat, it's loose. And I don't know if I want to make this a race or a drift build. I mean, I think it'd be really cool as a race car, but I don't know. I have done 3 drift builds recently, kind of back to back, so I think we're gonna make this a race. Well, I say a race, more like a track build, because I've heard people say this is a good car for the track. So I think we're gonna go full track. Normally I wouldn't, but let's see. Alright, stock engine, turn up the volume, here we go. Let's give it a listen. Not bad. So that is the flat 6. This is the V8. And okay, we got the V6. The 514. But this is the exact same engine. What? Look, stock engine, and look at this one. It's the exact same. Okay. 562 horsepower V6. 562 V8. 577 V8. And then a 599 flat 6. Alright. So, stat-wise, this one helps it out the most. Now, this engine is almost what the other one had stock. So, brings it up 45 levels. Potential horsepower goes up to 1,069, which is the most. 0 to 60 in 2.7. Max torque 516, top speed 210. This is a $276,000 engine. Let's go ahead and buy it. Yeah, let's get these old plus parts in here. Honestly, like I said, I don't expect too much from this car. Not just because it's a Porsche, but it's on the lower end, and I just, stat-wise, I don't expect too much. But I don't know. You know, we haven't got done upgrading it yet. You know, you never know. There's a lot of cars where I'm like, that's not gonna do too well, and I get it, and it's like, wow. For instance, the Subaru. I was like, I know a lot of people talk about this car because you can do a lot of stuff to it, but I don't see it turning out to be a really good car. I love the car. It looks great, a lot of different kit options, and it performs very well. It's a wonderful drift car. So we've already gotten a 400 plus. The acceleration is maxed out. I'm kind of excited to see what we can get there. And then when it comes to the tires, none of these really help. Just put some more in the track area. And then all of these are already elite, but we can get that elite plus for that better top speed. Gearbox, none of these help. Comes stock with a 7. Differential, track as well. Alright, so like I said, not much we can do there. I mean, what you get stock is pretty much what you're stuck with. I'll go ahead and put in... Should we put in? Yeah, we'll put in the big. We'll put in the big 15. All right, so we have 1,035 horsepower. So we're pretty much 30 horsepower off of the top. 0 to 60 in 1.8. That's not bad at all. Max torque 808. Top speed 233. As far as customization, honestly, I really like the way that it looks now. I don't think I'm gonna change much. We'll see what they have to offer. So this is the wrap for the GT2, and it's like a matte black. Oh no, it's actually carbon. And then we've got more of a race style. That's not bad. Which is just red with the black. This is stock, I think. No, I think it has the carbon stripes on the front. Yeah, it does. It adds the carbon stripes. You know, I kind of like that. It's the same thing, but a little different. Ooh, that's a little too much for me. So it's the same one we have now, but it's orange. I'm gonna be honest, that looks pretty nice. I like that orange vibe. I'm really digging that. And there's obviously the GT2 blue. But honestly, I'm really digging the orange. So there's the orange, and then there's the green. I tell you, the green and the orange are really growing on me. But I think I'm gonna go orange. I'm not usually a huge fan of orange, but that looks pretty dope. Alright, then when it comes to the body, do we have any kits? It doesn't look like we're gonna have any kits. Whoa. Alright, so this is the first bumper, second bumper, third bumper. I don't like that. That makes it look like a Toyota Supra kind of. And then a 4. 4 is not bad, but honestly, I think the stock is the best one. I think I might keep the front. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the front stock. Oh, what? That's... I mean, I like... No, honestly, are we about to keep most of this car stock? Is that what's going on? I hate when this happens. I actually like the stock headlights, fenders. So we can go for a wide body kit that extends down to the splitter, then leaves that gap there. I don't like that. This is the same. Kind of changes it to matte black. We'll go with that. What is that on the side? Oh, the trim. You can get rid of the trim. I like the trim. We'll keep that. Side skirts. That just kind of flattens it out a little bit. Adds the little air intake area. I kind of like it flat. The air intake adds some texture to it, I'll say. But when it comes to looks, I like the flat. We'll add the more, what is that, carbon? No, not quite carbon. Let's see here. So we got the wide body kit. I'm not digging that. And then we've got just the one with the air intake on it. So honestly, this car looks so good stock that I kind of don't want to change anything. Normally, I'm all about change. Oh god, that's ugly. You know, here though, I really like the stock, but I feel like I have to change it because I'm not changing enough in this car, honestly. I feel like I'm not changing enough. What do we got here? Not digging that. Not digging that. No. And that's a possible, but... Once again, I hate to, but we're gonna keep it stock. Exhaust. I like to do the diffuser first. Okay, no really good diffusers. Kind of like the one with the little, what do they call it, the burned or whatever. We'll go with that one. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a level 5 customization. I can see it. There's quite a bit to it, but honestly, most of it just changes the car so much that I really and truly don't like it. Oh, we didn't look at this, did we? That changes it up a little bit. I hate to say it, but I think besides the bumper, which I changed on purpose, I liked the default one, I think we're going to keep everything default. I really think we are. I like the way that it looks default. Exhaust sound, let's see what we got. Alright, let's go there for the raw. We want not a whole lot of metallic, so we'll leave that. Tone, we want about right there, and then aggressiveness right there. That's not bad right there. Alright. Looks like for the most part though, that's pretty much good. I mean, this car looks so good stock that you really don't need to change anything. I'm sorry guys, I honestly thought we could really, I mean, I was gonna say we can really change the way that this looks. No lie, you can make it look like a completely different car, but as far as good looks go, keeping it, you know, a car that looks good, not something that looks trash, I think we have to go stock. I think we're gonna have to go a car that, you know, looks stock. Like I said, I kind of hate to, but I think we are. Alright, test that we always do. We always do a track test, see what we can get it to, and number 2, we do a drift test, and I'm gonna go do a race. This is gonna be more of a short episode because I have another live stream planned right after this. Well, technically, I didn't have it planned. I just got on my PlayStation to record this episode, and I noticed that there was a game update, and I was like, no way, didn't know that was coming. So it's a game I haven't played in a very long time, and I stopped keeping up with the updates, so I don't really know anything about it. As far as the track goes, we got a couple warm-ups. We're gonna start looking at it now.
Guess you cut a deal.
Normal track, it's not bad. Going around a corner, we're losing almost 30 miles per hour plus. Going on a straight, the high-speed acceleration is very, very slow. Really not doing too well. I mean, I'm trying to compare it, you know, to all these other really good cars, so I gotta think it is a Porsche. And I can't compare it to the RS. But honestly, this thing's a pretty good car. Now, I've been kind of going low and then high in the corners. I'm doing that on purpose. Now we're going to start going high to low. Just, you know, checking every different type of thing here. So we're going to go low. Then we're going to kind of go, high. Then we're going to kind of go low. We definitely kept more speed that way. I don't remember what our speed was going into the corner. Alright, so we're at 206. That was my fault. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the invite I just got. We'll do another one. But I definitely believe that I'm keeping speed if I go high and then low. So we entered at 193. Came out 178. So technically if we were at normal 200... That's not bad. 201. Yeah, it doesn't do too well in the corners, and I figured that because when we came out of the garage and I tried to take that first corner, it did not want to turn. So I kind of expected that. On a straight, it doesn't do bad. But when it comes to a corner, it really doesn't want to turn. Which at first, I didn't really expect that. Expect that because it's such a lightweight car. And the acceleration's so good. But honestly, yeah, we were just going, what, 207 way down to 184 or 5. That's not very good. It's like I said, on a straight, 207 again. We're going sticking high. 182, a little better, but compared to what we've seen, not the best. For a Porsche, better than I expected. I'll give it that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't expect much from this car, being a Porsche. Nothing against Porsche, just personally don't really like them. Not a big fan of them. No particular reason, just not a big fan of Porsches. But even with the NOS there, top speed was 203, which is terrible. We're reaching 204 here without the NOS. 210, 11. Going around the corner at 211, we dropped all the way down to 176. So going in a straight line, it's not bad. Start off acceleration is really good. High speed acceleration, decent, not the best, but pretty good. Like I said, decent score there. And as far as turning on a track, not very good. Now we're gonna try it here. Okay, using the normal brake, it will not drift. Using handbrake, not bad, a little sensitive. We can fix that though. We're gonna turn steering sensitivity high, downforce low, make sure traction control is off. Okay, possible to get in a drift with normal brake, but still not gonna be possible. Handbrake just made it a lot more sensitive. Now I see why people don't make this a drift car. I feel like even, it's so stiff, I feel like even with the parts, I mean, if you put in like the full speed cross set, which you guys don't know is actually better than the drift parts, do speed cross parts instead. That's what I put on all my drift cars. Actually, there's one drift car I didn't do that on. I need to do that. It was the first drift car. But it's kind of too loose now. So hold on, let's try steering sensitivity default, but then downforce low. So it'll turn easier, but we keep the sensitivity default. Yeah, that's really not gonna work. We'll keep it where it's at, but when it comes to drifting, I would say no on this. So unless you're doing a course that's pretty much straight, I'll say a course, a race, or whatever. If you're doing a race that's pretty much in a straight line, a couple of little corners or turns every now and then, that's fine. But if you're doing a race that's pretty tight, mainly in the city, around a lot of corners, I highly suggest not to use this car. But let's go ahead and try. So we're going to do, I think, 2 races. We're going to do one that's in a straight line, and then we're going to, well, mainly straight, and then we're going to do one that's more curved. So we're going to head to this one over here. This one's called Sonic. This one gives us 74,000. It's a really good race, but we're going to try this one and see how it competes. This one is mainly in a straight line. Once you get to the city, there's a couple of turns, but if you guys don't know this race, all you do is go in a straight line till you get to the city, go around the city, and then you come out of the city and head right back to the interstate, and it starts, well, it finishes where it starts. So if you guys are in the higher levels and in the in-game, I highly suggest doing these 4 races because they give you 200 grand if you do all 4 of them. Maybe more, maybe less, depending on, you know, what prices you get. And I actually found out something interesting. The prices of the race, or the reward of the race, you don't have to pay to, you know, race, so not the price of the race, but the reward, the money reward of the race actually depends on what level you are, your car level, and depends on what car you're actually using, which I don't understand completely, but that's what I've been told multiple times, and I don't understand it, but I 100% agree with that, because sometimes you know, I can do it and it will be 74,000. Sometimes I can do it and it'll only be 72. I've actually never had 74,000. This is the first time it's ever said 74,000 before. It's normally 72. I've had it say 60 before. So is that a real player behind me? I chose play solo, but that looks like a real car. Look at that Infinity behind me. That's a fake car, but it looks so real. I mean, look how these other cars, like, not really customized at all. You can tell they're bots. But that one car, the Infinity, that looks really nice. Get out the way, Porsche. What is that? The Porsche Turbo, isn't it? The Panorama Turbo, whatever it is. High speed turns is pretty dang good. It's almost as good as an RSR, if not better. I don't know about a sharp corner, but corners like this. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that, that's pretty good. High speed, not the best. I should easily be going about 220. Maybe if you're in a really good car like the RSR, probably 230 around here. But we just now hit 215 going down the hill right there. All right, let's see here. With this car, not the best, not the best. Like I said, this the car's strong suit is definitely going in a straight line. But honestly, at high speeds, it can corner pretty well. Pretty surprised. I mean, if you look at the results from the drift test, but then you look at this, there's a big difference. But I guess because at the high speeds it's so sensitive, you really don't have to corner a whole lot. And like I said, this is a race with just a couple of corners. These aren't even real, I'll say, turns. But once we do the circuit race, and it's a bunch of turns, and you've got to quickly, you know, take sharp corners back to back, it's really going to put this car to the test. But, you know, I'm not like a normal person that just does, you know, one race, you know, less, you know, the same type or whatever. Like, I could just do all four of the races right next to each other, but it wouldn't really test anything because they're all just races in a straight line with a couple of turns. But I'm going to be testing it on a straight race, or sprint race, I should say, and a circuit race. I'm going to be testing it in both races to see which one it performs better. And I can tell you right now, before I did this race, I would tell you that it would definitely do better in the sprint race, but it's not doing too bad on the corners. I definitely think the sprint race will be better, but I think the circuit race will do pretty well as well. A lot of wells in today's episode, but I think it will do pretty good. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't know if you can hear by my voice, but I'm actually smiling right now. Because I'm so blown away how good this car is doing right now, because I did not expect this at all. You guys see, even here on this straightaway going downhill, we hit 200. Let's see where we can hit 230, 232. About 232, we were going downhill even then. It didn't look like we were really going to gain any speed there. So about 232 is the top speed, which is not bad, but you're really never going to hit that in this car unless you do what I just did. And most of the races in this game, even some of these sprint races here, you're not going to be able to do that. A lot of them are downhill with a lot of traffic, and you guys saw right there, even with me letting off the gas to correct my steering mistake, it was still very sensitive. It actually made me go off of the road. So high speed turning is decent, I'll say decent. But if you're really looking to do some, you know, turning, really suggest it. The bamboo one, and then there's this one. Alright, so I think we're going to do this one. This seems to have a lot of corners. There was one I had in mind. I think this is it. If it's not... Oh, you know what? The one I'm thinking about, I think it's a night race. I mean, I guess we could test it at night, but... Honestly, if I were you, I would not use this car at nighttime, especially against the cops. I mean, even the RSR sometimes can have troubles. Mainly, it doesn't. That was kind of a bad example. But any other car can have some troubles, and even with one like this, where it's not that good of a car. Wouldn't suggest it. Now, if you're on the, I don't know what level you have to be to unlock this car. It's only 100 grand, so probably pretty low. So let's just say you're at the beginning of the game. Well, not, you know, the very, you guys know what I mean. If you've unlocked this car and you're mid-game, I would suggest it as a good car to get around in. What I suggest it for going to heat level 5, no. And you guys gotta think, if you're not max level and you haven't beat the game already, your car is not even gonna be as good as mine, because I've beaten the game, which means well, it doesn't mean I'm level 50, but I've beat the game and I'm level 50, which means I can unlock the ultimate and ultimate plus parts. The only way to get those parts is to be max level. So if you're beginning of the game or mid game, whatever you want to call it, your car, even maxed out as far as you can go, even with elite pluses or elite or pros or whatever, is not even going to be as good as mine. So you guys got to think about that too. You know, you watch this video and you're like, oh, he says it's kind of bad, but for me, where I'm at right now, it doesn't seem like that bad of a car. Well, you got to think too, I have a lot better parts in my car than you'll be able to. Like I said, unless you have the ultimate plus parts. So I have the best parts in the game in this car. Was it worth the $100,000 for the car? Was it worth the $300,000 engine? Was it worth about the $170,000 ultimate parts? Honestly, no. You could definitely buy a car with all that money that is better stock than this thing fully upgraded. But like I said, I'm trying to compare it to a lot of other cars. I am going to do that, and I'm also not going to do that. I'm just trying to give you guys, you know, some different examples here. Like I said, comparing it to the other cars, is it worth it? Is it a good car? Not at all. But keeping an open mind, just driving the car, trying it out, just what do I think about the car itself, it's not that bad. It's pretty good at turning on medium speeds. You know, in the range of the 200s, it's a little too sensitive, even more sensitive than the RSR. Turning at a slow rate is not the best. Turning at a medium rate is good. The lower speed acceleration is really good, but above about 112, the acceleration is pretty slow. So overall, it's a good car. It's not bad. It's not trash. It's between, I would say, good and a decent car. It's not great and it's not RSR, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's a good car. So if you're mid-game, this would be a good car for you. But like I said, you also have to think that my car is a lot better than yours because of the parts I have. So this is going to be kind of a short video. That's really going to wrap everything up. I'm sorry this was a shorter one, but like I said, I have a unplanned live stream that I'm about to do. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't even know if it's actually what I think it is. I just saw that there was an update. I'm like, I gotta stream it. I don't even know. I haven't, like I said, I don't. Basically, if you watch the next live stream, you'll be learning with me, because I have no idea what I'm about to start streaming. But I mean, I know a game, but I have no idea what I'm about to start streaming. It could be one that we do for a whole minute and 30 seconds, and I realized that it was just a little patch. You know what I mean? Fix a couple bugs, and then we may delete the live stream. I don't know, but we'll find out. But guys, overall on this car, is it worth the money for this car? You know, late game, 100% no. Is it worth it if you're in the middle of the game and you need a good car that can turn at high speeds and has good acceleration? I would recommend you this car. Now, it wouldn't be my first choice, but that's not what we're answering today. The question is this a good car? And overall, I would say it's a good car. Like I said, just to kind of go over what we said real quick, high speed turning, too sensitive. Now, obviously, I have mine at max sensitivity, so that can change it a lot. But if you don't have it at max sensitivity, you're not even going to be turning nearly as good as me. So, highly suggest doing low downforce, high steering sensitivity. But medium speed turning pretty well. I was going about a little over 100 right there. I tried to turn. It didn't do the best, but it got pretty far around the corner. I mean, just not even really mashing the handbrake here, but just a little tap to kind of slow me down and start a slide. It can do it. So it's not that bad of a car overall. For you that have just unlocked this and you're thinking of buying it and upgrading it, I would say yes, go ahead, but just keep in mind that even if you think it's bad now, then I wouldn't suggest buying it, because yours is not going to be as good as mine, because I have all the best parts. And like I said, if you're late game and you're max level, then you'll have the same parts. But if you're buying this mid game, which I suggest it for, you're not going to have those parts, so I wouldn't recommend it for a all-around really good car. But if you're just looking for a new car to try out or do a couple races in, I would suggest this car. But guys, that's gonna conclude this episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Turn on bell notifications so you guys don't miss out on any more Need for Speed Heat videos. If you guys want to see more videos like this, just kind of short videos where we buy some cars, we customize them, do a couple races, test them out, let me know by smashing the like button. If you guys want to see maybe some glitch videos or some tip videos or whatever, also let me know down in the comment section below. If you guys just want me to do my regular 2-hour streams where we just go and grind. Honestly, it's probably going to be a while before we do another one of those, just because I did so many back to back. And you know, I want to try out some different things and record some different types of videos for this game, and some videos for some other games possibly. Not really sure, but I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.